those questions like I'm sorry, I was just thinking about the question that I put in the title, like, a cup of coffee made by Walter or cooking a batch with Jesse. Although cooking a batch would be more beneficial, in the current tense, man, imagine just having that quote best cup of coffee ever tasted. That'd be crazy. Welcome, guys, gals, ghosts, peoples. My boy Caleb, are you there? I don't know, maybe you are. Sky Dragon, hello to everybody. This is the Heisenverse merge live stream. I still don't have a I still don't have a idea. And you just got ads, bro? That's crazy. I still don't have an idea what I'm gonna call this yet. um, I just went outside to take a couple deep breaths. Uh, Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Why do I keep? All right, I guess we're getting into this early. Why do I keep killing off Jesse? It's just a fun thing to do. To be honest, I don't. It's funny because when I'm writing stories, period, whether no matter what angle I'm going with, you just can kind of see how killing Jesse is more like a plot device. Like he can just move the story forward and drive people to do certain decisions that they normally wouldn't do because they're sane, i.e., Walter White or Mike or I mean, I guess basically those are two people that maybe Saul, but the two people who are like down to ride for Jesse no matter what is Mike and Walter. So, but with that being said, there's hundreds of different ways and outcomes that Walter or Mike, and depending on the point in the series, that can change everything in it because when Mike first met Jesse, he wouldn't do shit for him really. He's only there because he's told to be there. But versus season 5, Mike and Jesse, he's like, kid, I like you. I mean, he's one of the first people you see in El Camino. So, hey. But all that's to be said is Jesse dies, everybody dies, And I'm gonna try to make it a bit more even, although in the story I did just record I killed Lalo, and I just had a video of on April 1st. I killed, so everyone's gonna be like, "Oh man, Lalo's the new Walter White." I'm just like, "No, calm down, guys, calm down." But with that being said, I do have a story that I will be working on. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it out before the end of April, but I got two other stories that I'm like eager to kind of get out. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I wrote it and recorded both audios of not only, what if Nacho killed Lalo, but also the one last time I went live with Rothhope, Rothhope, when I went live with those people. So I wrote and recorded both of them, but I just got a lot of shit going on at home. And when I say at home, here. And when I say here, I guess that's one of the reasons for calling this live. Not to just present with you guys the most awesome hypothetical question ever. And I'm about to block somebody I see already. What's up with this guy, B? Well, you are removed, my friend. Okay. Hmm. There you go. Bye bye. Peace. Um, um, but yeah, just to kind of get everything down. Sorry if I feel it's gonna sound like I'm ignoring your questions right now, but I just wanted to say a few things really quick that I'm on live. First of all, geez, oh man, God, I'm feeling pretty at large right now. Um, so as some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know, I currently live in the United States, North Carolina, and it's great here, it's fine here. But in light of recent political transitions going on in the world and seeing the magical word tariff and all this other stuff happening, I decided, along with my family, wife and stepdaughter, that let's just go somewhere else. And when, initially starting out that idea of, well, yeah, okay, yeah, we're gonna leave. It was kind of sounded like a joke, and I kind of felt like a joke. But I've also been working two jobs, and my wife, who's a fucking rock star, shout out to you, baby. Mm, she's been like rocking the shit, and while I've been working my jobs and handling the YouTube and stuff like that, she's been in the background making sure everything is the way it should be as far as she's my quote guy in the chair. That's my lady. I love her. But the decision was made to move to another country, Albania. Um, that's where it go where it is. I guess it just kind of just came out. And with that, a lot of packing's involved and a lot of moving and a lot of changes that are happening and a lot of downsizing. So I'm basically in the process of selling basically almost everything we own down to basically two suitcases a piece. Well, including a carry-on and a book bag and my cats. So with all that being said, it's been a lot. I'm talking like, yeah, if I might no, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna be like, yeah, I'll take you guys around to see my house. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that. But even my room, I mean, no, this shit is dirty. I don't even want to see that. I don't even. You be like, damn, bro, you a grown man. You living like this right now? I got no choice. But I have a lot of moving parts, to say the least. And I say all that to say it's a lot of stuff going on, so I couldn't really focus the way I wanted to focus on certain things, and I'm pretty good at multitasking, but sometimes it's a lot of stuff to handle, and taking in the scope of actually, yeah, I'm leaving the country, like, whew, that's, it sounds like a joke when you say it out loud, but when you're actually like, yeah, okay, I bought tickets and the word non-refundable came up a few times, and you're just like, yeah, we're doing this. So I just want to make that transition as smooth as possible, because once I'm over there and I'm settled, it's just me and you full time. And I'm even working on making another channel as well called Merge Observes, coming soon. Basically like a commentary channel. And basically you'll see more of my face, but background talking about, whatever's going on in the world, the Minecraft movie and all that ruckus. And speaking of which, okay, yeah, I'm off the serious talk. Speaking of which, what's going on? I've never seen the Minecraft movie. I've never even been a fan of Minecraft. I mean, that's way beyond. That's way that's way after my time or before my time. I don't know. I think it's after my time. Like I see this. I'm like, this is cool to you guys. Like it just looks like a bunch of blocks and all this such. It wasn't for me. Hey, I got nieces and nephews who love the game, and more power to them. But man, the stuff going on in the theaters is insane. I've never seen anything like that before. Like people bringing fireworks, throwing popcorn, like during one scene. And again, like I think I talked about this in the last live. Like I know it's not a good movie. I think a lot of people know it's not a good movie. It's literally just a meme movie, and people are treating this shit like it's fucking Captain America Endgame or something. Like like Avengers Endgame. So oh my god! And it honestly made me be like, "Ugh, jeez." And I can't say that's just a purely American thing, because I know I've seen it all over the world and stuff like that. But I'm like, what are they putting in the water? Because oh, I don't get it. Um, but so I say all that to say my output has been a little bit lacking. I wanted to basically put something out by this week. Maybe I'll have something out by Friday. No, Saturday. Yeah, maybe Saturday. Seems pretty doable. Um, um, yeah, and So yeah, so okay, yeah, so I'm gonna be trying to get everything balanced out because of course I put in my 2 weeks notice, and of course my last day here would be on the 30th. So yeah, I'm quitting both jobs, you know. And it's funny too because for those who don't know, when you're putting in a 2 weeks notice, it's a very funny thing about that because you are already in fuck you mode. And fuck you mode is I don't need to be here. I'm here purely for the check at this point. And that's genuinely how I feel because one of my jobs I work from home. And as you can imagine, when you work from home, especially in the position that I do have, I can log my own hours. So when you log your own hours and you have that kind of power, that basically means, for example, you can basically type in, yeah, I got here at 5:30 in the morning, but in actuality, maybe I logged in at 7. Who's gonna check me? And I've been working that position for for about a little over a year or something like that, and never once been checked or something like that. But now I'm in the position where I put in a 2 weeks notice for a position that I work from home as. I have never felt so free working that job where it's just like I'm home right now. And the funny thing is, because we are moving and we're selling everything, I've sold quite a bit of things. So I'm talking from my family couch to the it was like a 75-inch TV. I mean, it's 75-inch TV that I had. Like we sold it all, and now I even sold my office chair. That's why I'm standing. And the funny thing is, because I have the work from home position, and because we're selling so many things, including the couch, including our bed. I mean, we have our bed listed, but no one's trying to. I don't know. But eventually, we're gonna be down to nothing, and we bought these like $150 bean bags where they're big fucking bean bags. They're huge, and I'm basically sitting on a bean bag at work, and I'm knocking out. Like man, it's great. I'm just kind of like lounging, but I'm in that unique position when it comes to a 2 weeks notice where it's like, man, what are you gonna do? Fire me? I mean, you can, but what? Maybe I can put in unemployment. I mean, I don't know how that works exactly, but hey, I'm trying to get every penny I can, especially when I'm going somewhere else. And then I have another position where I work. I'm a, whatever. I don't care. The point is the point. I'm basically the point I'm trying to say is I don't care as much as I should, and I think that's a good thing. But I need to. What I'm going to start doing more of is snap. I'm sorry, I'm clearing my throat so much. But what I'm basically going to start doing more of is using that time, taking the advantage of it, and hey, let's get some editing done. Let's pump out some shorts. Let's go ahead and write some more stories and stuff like that. Because big shout out to my boy Thomas Mackey. He sent me a script and things like 23 pages. And if you think I'm gonna read that before I get my own editing and stuff done, bro, I love you to death. Appreciate all the hard work that you did, but I kind of have an order of operations of doing these things. So thank you very much for the script, my man. Snap. That it was some good lettuce. Um okay. So I say all that to say I'm gonna start putting in that work, guys. Like genuinely, truthfully, it's gonna be going down. You guys are gonna see a whole lot more of me, either on this page and that Merge Observes page. Speaking of which, what do you guys think of that title for a channel name? Merge Observes. Because it's kind of gonna I'm gonna be, it's gonna be more of a commentary channel, like I said. Maybe tackling that buff dude with the weird morning routine. He dunks his water and dunks his face in water and jumps in the sky for 4 minutes and all that weird stuff. Just kind of like commentating on different things and just having like different point of view, hanging out with you guys, and yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Merge observes. That's the goal. And then of course I could have the Heisenverse channel over here. So I'm not really, it's not really anything that we're losing out on when you think about it. We're just, we're just kind of, I just want to get a little bit more outlets going here because hey, I got a lot of stuff to say sometimes, and I'm like, ugh, I can't. I don't want to get involved in that. I want to keep this channel purely that or whatever. But hey, I'm gonna branch out like a tree. Um, but as far as I gotta say, guys, because like when I went live the last time and my man or woman, I'm not sure who you are, Rothhope came on, pitched that idea. That when I say that idea consumed my life, like I was going everywhere, just kind of all in my notepad on my phone, just walking, and I'm like, okay, 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 okay. And then it's like, oh, page 19. I'm like, what am I writing? And it went so far. And yes, Jesse dies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to spoil it for you guys. I know somebody would have predicted it. So there it is. But the idea was, what if Hank didn't send Walter the picture of Gonzo? Because as you know, that because Walter sent that picture, because Hank sent that picture, because when Hank sent that picture, Walter immediately left to his house. Then he got picked up by Jesse and Tuco, blah, blah, blah. But because that picture wasn't sent, Tuco ended up having the upper hand and things happened. And let's just say, guys, it's a very interesting concept when I took it over. So big shout out to you, Rotho. The very next video that I'm working on, or will be working on, after I get the Nacho versus Lalo out the way, then the Rotho video out the way, hopefully by the end of April. Like, that should be my last two videos while I'm here in the States. Um, but the video I want to get onto for sure, I could rewatch Breaking Bad. Yeah. But what I wanted to do one I wanted to tackle for sure is what if Walter and Gail did start a coffee company? But there's a couple of things I want to ways I want to go about it. Firstly, I want it to be in a way that Gus is not in the picture. Nor it, yeah, Gus isn't in the picture. So what happens there? Maybe, Lalo and Gus, they killed each other at the end of the point and shoot episode. Boom. Lalo's dead. Boom. Gus is dead. That's just what it is. Then maybe Gail is entrusted, or Gail inherits that lab from Gus because that's something that they talked about for months or whatever the case is. And maybe over time, Gail, cooks like little rudimentary cooks inside the lab, nothing really fancy, but he does his thing. And who can he go to even sell this stuff? Because hey, he needs somebody. He needs his own guy. He needs Mike. Because yeah, he needs Mike. That's his guy. Because I would imagine he's put in this situation. Mike is the person who said, "Yo, Fring gave you the lab." So they would have some sort of contact. And maybe Gail is just like, "Hey, I don't know how this stuff works, but I do know this brings in quite a bit of money." And maybe Mike is in a position where he maybe needs the money because he wants to blah, 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 granddaughter situation. And so it's basically Gail and Mike working together. Odd couple, very, but it's possible, right? Then over time, after the business with Tuco and stuff like that, maybe the blue meth is discovered and that shit makes it to Gail in some way, shape, or form. And, Mike wants to know more. Gail wants to know more about him. He's like, yo, we got to find out who this cook is. But Mike is obviously against it. And then Mike is going to be like, yo, we're not doing this. And Gail's going to be like, yes, we are doing this. And blah, 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 blah. And then they end up working together. And that's all I got. Thoughts, opinions, input, feedback. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ghost. I'm gonna be finishing that. The mic. I'm gonna be finishing the Mac. What is the Max? The Mac. Wow, I can't even say it. What if Max was spared? I got plans for it, but it's. I just. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. I have plans for the to make sequels to all those the past what ifs I did do, but man, it's that's gonna be my challenge, I suppose. Because I don't know, for some reason, a lot of people didn't really like the whole "What if Max survived" video, so I'm just like, oh, okay, interesting, interesting. hmm But yeah, what else, guys? Oh man, but that's like I'm gonna be honest. That's mainly the reason I call this live is just because man, I'm gonna be man. I'm moving. I'm going far, far away, guys. Far, far away. But you know what? I look at it like it's a big plus because man, I'm gonna have so it's when I say I'm gonna be pumping these boys out, like it's gonna be something serious. Like because I have so many ideas that I'm just juggling, and I want to just boom knock them out. Like for example, the Gus Gus surviving the explosion. I've written a piece of that in which maybe the bomb goes off and Gus is pushed out of the room or some shit like that. I don't know. And he gets a hold of Walter. He gets a hold of Jesse. He gets a hold of Walter's family. He does all this shit. Like, I'm talking like horrible. But I just have to. I want to just be able to get through it because how my process usually works is simply I'll write a story, and if I don't write more than maybe 3 or 4 pages of that story, I'll just move on to another one and another one and another one, and then I'll just end up stopping, and then I'll pick that story up months later or whatever the case is, and hey, here I am now. So I guess it all just depends, really, guys. Um, but back to the main question at hand. The main question. The question that I guess is in the title. Which would you prefer? We're gonna go over the pros and cons here in this situation, but I gotta know from the chat. Would you guys want to make coffee with Walter White, with Gail's new little contraption machine, or cook a batch with Jesse inside the RV out in the desert? Which one sounds better? Which one sounds like you know what? Hey, I think I'm gonna have a better time doing this with this person rather than this with this person. Because I'll be honest, for me, okay. Right now, maybe 23 minutes ago, I was like feeling Walter, but right now I'm like, nah, maybe me and Jesse, we can cook some shit up. I think that'd be cool. Someone said they'd chill with Hank. I don't know, man. I I don't know. I mean, Hank's cool, but what you gonna do? Hang out at a bar? I'd feel like after the whole bar situation, like Hank, unreliable. You are no longer my friend. You're not my buddy. You're not my nah. Hell nah, dude. Like this is weird. And then his whole situation where he's like spying on people with RVs and stuff like that. I'm like, man, dude, you got PTSD. You survived the turtle bomb. You survived the shootout with Tuco. Hank, relax. Nobody is gonna blame you for just taking a break, dude. Just fucking relax. You were in a wheelchair. You were in a shootout with so many Salamancas. You killed a majority of them. I don't know if you know that, but that is impressive. So I don't know. Hank, last person, but see, because Walter, you just like, oh man, let me just hear him talk, but at the same time, he'd probably be condescending to you because you seen how he was with Todd. When Todd and him were cooking, he was just like, yeah, you're gonna need a few more times. Don't even worry about it. Just but I'm just like, I feel like he'd be just, am I doing it right? Like I'm walking on eggshells and stuff like that. I'm like, am I doing it right, Mr. White? Don't hit me, please. You know, I feel like Jesse, he'd be chill. So as much as you guys say, hey, I hate Jesse. Why you hate Jesse so much? You killed Jesse, all this other stuff. Hey, push come to shove, I'm hanging out with Jesse and doing some illegal shit before I'm hanging out with Walter and making coffee. So I don't know what that says, but it says something. What we talking about in the chat, guys? Badger and that is very true. Badger, Skinny Pete, and Jesse. Maybe. Well, I mean, yeah, I think that's a vibe right there. Jeez, could you imagine that? And then you see because you see them going over their whole Star Trek idea, and then if I'm over there too, I'm talking about like, yeah, well, what about this Breaking Bad episode right here? Like we're all like, of course they got to know that they're in a TV show, but we're just everybody's just hanging out and stuff like that. We're over here talking what ifs. Man, that'd be a session. Dream blunt rotation. That's all I'm saying, guys. Mm. Oh man, but that's kind of hmm, trying to think. Let me see here. Merge, what's up? Okay, what if Tuco killed Hank in the shootout? I did that one, dude. DJ 129. That's the. I mean, I can do a different version of it, but I did that one with I think the video is called "What if Hank?" I mean, what if Hector recovered? What if Hector Salamanca recovered? And in that version, I had I had Tuco kill Hank and Jesse and put gasoline in their mouths and light the car on fire. Yeah, it was some diabolical shit. I don't know what I was going through. I remember it though. Um, but in a default timeline. Okay, let's talk about it really quick then. Let's talk about it, DJ. Let's talk about it. But because if Tuco killed Hank, we already know that we already know that he's not taking the ricin, right? Because remember they put it in the burrito. Hector slapped the burrito down to the ground. Ricin's done. Everything's over. So at this point in time, we're gonna have Tuco versus Hank, Jesse and Walter in the background. And hey, remember, Tuco already got a bullet inside of him, so he's upset, pissed off even. Tuco kills Hank. Let's be realistic here a little bit. If Tuco kills Hank, he's gonna be looking for Walter and Jesse afterwards. Walter and Jesse both have. No, they don't. Oh fuck! Only Walter and Jesse have the pistol. Well, I mean, they can still take them. I mean, they just gotta get some. Hopefully, they can get a good shot in because that'd be the question. But let's think about that really quick. Answer that question because I don't want to get yelled at in the comments if I end up writing this story and next thing you know, they're gonna be like, "Oh, why? How could Walter and Jesse shoot Tuco and kill him and they're just some novice?" Versus, or how could Tuco just kill Walter and Jesse like that? And I know it's gonna be something, so I don't know. Let me think. I think in a situation like that, let's be serious here. If Tuco killed Hank in that situation, then let's just say he shoots Walter, but because he also talked that shit. They also basically said, "Hey, we tried to kill you." And Tuco's gonna be like, "Yeah, you think Tuco's gonna want to hang out, chill with those?" So yeah, he's gonna want to kill them. Okay, that's fair. All right. So then what? Let me think. Why not Hex? Why is Hector just Damn, I gotta think about that one, guys. That's a good idea, DJ. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good idea. because I was thinking, I'm like, okay, how about Tuco shoots Walter in the leg and shoots Jesse in the hands, and yeah, I don't know, like hey, it's like, all right, well, you want, but no, it's like he'd kill them, like that's just like because I mean, even for Breaking Bad standards, I'm gonna be honest, guys, like if I'm talking to somebody, say, hey, we tried to poison you, and I make it to survive, and I'm holding you at gunpoint once again. There's no more talking, like that. That's it. So one of us is dying at the situation in this situation. Uh, uh, but hmm, that is a good. What if Tuco killed Hank? Hmm. I don't know, man. Because let me see. Tuco was. Yes, that is very true. Tuco was beyond reason. But, huh? Because it would be a very quick what if, in my opinion. Because if Tuco gets his sight set on him, they have a pistol. He has the fucking M16, and if he already killed Hank from a distance, it's not outside the realm of possibility to kill them from a distance. You know, and then what? He shoots them both. Then it's more of just an aftermath story from that point, right? Because it wouldn't. Because I'm just saying it would not be zero talking. Like why would I want to keep you alive? I just got into a fight with Jesse. He hit me with a rock and shot me. And Walter, you just told me this. I thought we were boys. He'd probably be more hurt by that sentence. Especially knowing Tugo. He was just like, wow. You try to poison me. You think I'm insane? Oh my god, that's that hurt my feelings, dude. Like I don't, I don't know. Like that's what I would imagine. But uh, so I think we can all agree. Let me get some hearts in the chat or anything like that. I think we can all agree that if Tuco won the shootout with Hank, and then he ended up catching eyes, looking at Hank, looking at Walter and Jesse, it's on site, dead. Right or wrong? Come on, give me something here. What's good? What's good, Uncle Jack? Uncle Jack. Scott and Marie would go on to Panama. Yeah, they would. And excuse me. Right, but maybe wrong. Shut the fuck up, Ghost. Don't say that to me. Right, but maybe wrong. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But uh, okay, so I think yeah. So it's all it. So this story would purely be an aftermath story because let's be real here. Tuco is gonna hit. Let's be real here because Tuco is going to bury those bodies, probably burn the car. Why the fuck is he gonna keep them around? He's already gonna be crossing the border. He's he's already gonna be crossing the border. So it's kind of like even if he didn't need to burn the bodies or bury the bodies, he's like, hey, I'm going to Mexico. Fuck this shit. Fuck you guys. Kill Hank, kill Walter, kill Jesse, leave. Then pure aftermath story. But is that interesting? Because I mean, yeah, I can do a sad fucking story. It's like, yeah, oh man, Walter's never found, Hank's gone missing, blah 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 blah. But it's like, what really changes? Well, I guess I really think I guess everything in this situation because the twins will still be alive. What will Gus be able to do? Hmm. What's up? Tuco. And the crazy part about it all is Tuco will still be alive and maybe having and sharing a scene with Gus. Like that, I don't know. 'Cause I think that's what I've wanted to see. Like in Better Call Saul. It sucks that we never did. Imagine like a scene, Tuco, Hector, Gus. That would have been cool. That would have been awesome. But is that a story you guys want to see? You know, what if Tuco killed Hank? Because I could do it. You know, we're gonna fucking kill all these motherfuckers. We're gonna kill them all, and it's gonna be a very short. It may be a very short story or a very long story, depending. Because who could be the who could be the person to rise about the ashes? Uh, like if I were to say something like that, what? Okay, so we want to see some aftermath stories going on. You know, that's fine. You know, because maybe I don't have to put so much thought into that. I will oblige. You know what? That's gonna be it. So DJ1249 or whatever your name was, or I'm sorry if I'm not butchering it. I just don't remember. That's gonna be going someplace. I cannot let it consume me like the last video did, because if I did, man, I would never get shit done. I need an editor. I know, actually, and plus I need someone I need somebody. My email is somewhere, but I need somebody to make thumbnails for me. Like, I need a good thumbnail maker. But yeah, I can do that. Um, so Tugo killed Hank. Tugo kills Walter. Tugo kills Jesse. He gets repaired back over there in Mexico. I think Gus might lose in this situation because now boy, it's nothing. It's nothing but Solomon. It got Tuco, the twins, Hector, Joaquin. Wow. Okay, well, that's an idea. That is an idea. So I will take that idea and write it down and put it away, and I'm gonna put it in my pocket somewhere. And eventually, once I get off this live, we're gonna write it down and go about my day. Um, yeah. Oh, guys, man, damn. Anybody seen Daredevil yet? I didn't see the ending of it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the ending just yet. I've seen the most. I only seen the last episode with when he got shot, but I didn't really see the finale, which is a very odd number for 9 episodes. Oh, my wife's home. Hmm. Oh. Bro, please read my suggestion. I beg you. Uncle Jack, what the fuck is your suggestion, dude? Is this what if Walt's machine gun failed in the last episode? Felina. Okay, real quick, Uncle Jack, I'm gonna be honest. What if his gun failed? What if Walter's gun failed? Let's think for a second, bro. If it failed, they're dead. End of story. That's it. I, I don't understand. There's no good ending. You don't have to beg me for that, bro. I'll be honest. But there's no scenario in which that's it, right? They would both. I think they would both die because I honestly think Walter and Jesse would both be dead. Like, because one, it's like, hey, he already interrupted Jesse in the middle of a batch, and it's like the only person who, you know, it's funny because even if they don't kill Jesse right then and there, once they find out that Lydia's dead because of the whole ricin thing, they're gonna kill Jesse anyway because that's their distribution, and they don't need the money, so they can kill Uncle Jack, Uncle Jack, Uncle Jack, Uncle Jack, Uncle Jack, Uncle Jack. It's okay, bro. It's okay. Oh man, but I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, I mean, It's an idea, and I'll be honest because these ideas that we're just talking about going over and stuff like that. It's funny to laugh at, but I'll be honest. Like, hey, it's content, right? So I could still do it. It's fine. Like, I'll get around to it. Don't even worry about it, dude. Like, even if it's gonna be like a 5 minute video, that's fine because I'm sure sometimes maybe people want to hear a 5 minute video. But what I got to know is because this is something I've been toying with actually for a couple weeks, as far as just the concept, not the actual execution of it or anything like that. But you know how like the majority of my videos are like between like 12 and 15 minutes, or 20 minutes. I think one of my longest is like 30 minutes or whatever the case is. What do you guys think? And I think I asked this before, but could imagine this situation where we have the hi we have fuck my train of thought, my the what ifs, but like in a podcast, just audio only format for the people who don't have like a YouTube Plus, because with those, basically I can just enhance the audio, maybe put some more sound effects in the background and stuff like that, and then boom, make it like a podcast. Just kind of put it like on a Spotify or a fucking the other ones. What's good? Yeah, to what? Um, yeah, but I'm thinking about kind of doing that as well as just putting those what ifs on an audio, just like an audio only format. Um, because I just think it'll be cool. I just think it'll be just a way to get it out there, like just to kind of get more of that content out there. Because again, hey, I feel like I work as hard on the audio as I do on the video, and if people like the audio only version, they're like, oh man, I'd like to see this, and it's like, okay, cool. You want to see I got an actual edit. Boom, here you go, right here you go. So I don't know. I think it'll be cool. What do you guys think? Give me some feedback on that one. That's the best way to have listen. Mm-hmm. 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 I mean, yeah, but at the same time, yeah, because I feel like at the same time, I also want to, I guess, with that, what's up, everybody? Because I guess with the idea of, fuck, having that second channel, the Merge Observes, I don't know. I'm excited for that one because with that one. I know I'm just kind of switching subjects, but I'm very excited for that concept for the reason because I'm going to be talking about everything. From here's the viral tweets to movie reviews to all this other stuff that's going on because like the Snow White controversy and how that movie bombed, didn't even make $200 million yet or whatever, and it cost like almost $300 million and took almost like 7 years to make type shit. Like, like I want to, say my opinion on stuff like that, or the Minecraft movie, like I just said, the movie that I can live the rest of my life comfortably. I'm talking about as comfortable as it can be, and never having to watch that movie, and I'll be pure okay. I'll be okay with that because just seeing what they going through in the movie theaters and all this, I'm like, I would never, no way, Jose. Like and then there's just a bunch of stuff I want to get off my chest. So hey, I want to go ahead and tackle some of those subjects and be a bit more laid back, a bit more unscripted, if you will, and just talk about what I want to talk about. So that's gonna be that's gonna be for that channel. But for this one, pure, be purely what ifs. And when I'm in my other area, I do plan on venturing out, and yeah, I want to start watching other shows, i.e., The Sopranos and all this other stuff, just to get more acquainted and basically make this like a pure what if show where I could have like a Breaking Bad playlist, a Walking Dead playlist, Dexter, Severance, Invincible, like just just keep it going and stuff like that. Because hey, I think I can manage that. And again, I'll have the time to do it. And also, a little secret between me and you guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but occasionally, and when I say occasionally, I do smoke a little, just just a little bit. Nothing illegal, purely, just a little weed or whatever. But where I'm going, that's not going to be legal. And I'll be honest, like as an advent person who enjoys stuff, fuck, I enjoy it, but I do have to admit it does make me a little slower. It makes me a little less productive, and I'm kind of excited to be in an area where in which that I can't obtain it and I won't be able to do it. So it kind of forces me to be like, all right, well, I'll be 100% a clean, sober man, just working out and working out and writing stories. That's literally gonna be, and of course, hey, being a family guy. But that's gonna be my life, and I can't. I'm excited for that. So that's why I kind of I'm putting a lot of chip cards in it, like a lot of chips down for this because I know exactly how I want it to go. Where it's like, all right, well, I'm a be bullshitting right now, but when I'm in that zone, I have no choice but to be down for it. Hey, I feel like I want to get high, whatever the case is. We'll do some push-ups. Go ahead and do a little workout, whatever the case is, because I gotta get rid of old habits because that's the life of an addict, I suppose. But hey, I think it's worse because I could always be hooked on meth or crack or whatever the case is. So hey, and plus I got all my teeth, so I don't know. I think I'll be fine. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna be a better person for it. So there is that whole thing. Yeah. What do we have? I don't wonder. I wonder if I'm connected. Puffin heck ganja. Yep, 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 yep. But nah, yeah. So that's just me. So I'm just excited for the future. Can't wait for things to kind of go the way they're supposed to go. And overall, guys, whew, man, I just got a lot going on. But I just wanted to come on here, kick with you guys for a little bit. It's not really the most eccentric live that I've done. Eccentric. What the fuck do I think I am? Um, yeah, all that good stuff. Yeah, but and also I want to make it an attempt to go live a lot more. Like, from now until the day I leave and then infinity and beyond type shit, so expect to see me coming on a lot more. But I want to make those two videos first. So I don't know. Maybe we'll probably see we all see in a week or something like that. Have I been to New Mexico? I have not been to New Mexico. Closest to New Mexico I've been was um, Nevada, which I guess isn't really close at all when you think about it. But that's about as close as I've been, because I went to Vegas a few times because my dad lives out in Vegas. It was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. And stuff is very legal out there. I'm talking like, man, let me tell you guys. The first time I went to a dispensary, you can not only buy weed, get a receipt for it, but also if you're new there, they will give you a discount for being new there. Hence, getting like 20% off on whatever the case is. And me personally, like, I'm a lazy smoker, so I'm like, hey, I would always get a pre-roll as opposed to just buds and flowers and stuff. Like, I feel like that's just a way, especially if you're on vacation. I don't live over there. I want the pre-rolls. Forget that, because I don't have the time. If I'm only in Vegas for like 3 or 4 days, yeah, give me a pre-roll as opposed to a half ounce of whatever the case is. But I haven't never been to, Have never been to USA. Uncle Jack, let me tell you right now, USA is not really the best place to be at the very moment in time. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't trying to be anti USA, but let's be honest here. You're gonna spend. It's crazy out here. So best of luck to you if you do want to come. But anyways, back to Vegas, guys. I'm talking about when I went to a dispensary. I bought like some gummies. I bought some pre rolls. And I bought a little vaporizer. And it was, dude. Like it was like maybe like $60 for all that. And I was pretty. What? Are you muted? Can you hear me? Am I not heard? Hello? Hello? Um, okay. Anyways, so Vegas. Went there. Um, it was great. Like I bought all my stuff, and plus I had a receipt for it, meaning I could have probably written it off in taxes, which is crazy. But it was a good time. But I'll be honest, I'll miss it. But yeah. So to answer the question that was asked, that is as far as I went as far as New Mexico goes. I have been to Connecticut, Miami, because I mean I'm born and raised in Florida and stuff like that. So I've been here and there, a little bit of everywhere, but now I'm going somewhere I've never ever been. So that's gonna be fucking crazy. Oh man, guys. I'm actually, like I plan on buying like because I have a Nintendo Switch and I plan on getting like the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate and playing with my stepdaughter for a little bit, and I think that'll be cool. Like a little because we got the just a Switch, but at the same time, also got ideas of maybe just recording and writing and stuff like that. So there's that. Well, are you still visiting the U.S.? Decided to come. What? That is a question, Ghost. I'm not sure. All I could say is, all I can genuinely say is right now I have no plans for it. I'm kind of sights set on new beginnings and wanting to be that way. Okay, who do we have here, my man? Who are we? Buy three, get two. You sound like a bot, I'm gonna be honest. But let's see your comment really quick. Hey Merge, longtime fan here, and I had I think, pretty interesting Heisenverse story. What if the feds found out about the train heist? Todd didn't kill the kid and somehow and he somehow told someone. Okay, so it's okay. Thanks very much, buy three, get two. um, I don't know, cause it, I'm gonna be honest. When I get down to nitty gritty, especially when it comes to topics involving the law, I'm just not good at it. I'm not good at interpreting the law, but I can try it. But it's not really something that kind of gets my immediate attention. If I'm being honest, it's a pretty cool idea, but if they found out about the train heist in a different way, as opposed, even after they killed Drew Sharp, maybe they found out about it in I couldn't tell you how, but I don't know, but yeah. So not saying that your idea is bad, but not really something that I'm interested in doing, dude. Sorry. Thank you. Appreciate the comment though. Uncle Jack, I'm gonna kill you. What? Okay, let's see. What are you saying? Let's see. Can you read my last suggestion? I want to tone for my last one. Let's see. What if Walt never found Saul? Well, let me tell you right now. First of all, I hate to be technical with it again. I hate to be technical, DJ, but dude, Jesse found Saul, not Walter. I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that. Actually, Jesse found Saul, so technically, but that's just the story. That's just what happened. So, DJ, sorry, but you still have not atoned for anything, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Sorry. Don't get mad at me. That's the game. Let's see. Do. I bet you hate Breaking Bad after doing this channel for so long. No, I'll be honest. I would usually watch Breaking Bad in the background when I'm doing a lot of stuff, depending on just because when you're in those moods where you want to put something on but you don't know what to watch. I don't know if that makes sense. I'll usually put Breaking Bad on, and because I'm also maybe on my phone trying to watch something on YouTube or something, and I'm also eating, so that's just me. But I want to have a bunch of something in the background, and that's usually my go-to channel. So for me, I'm not really ever tired of Breaking Bad. I can watch that shit forever, to be honest with you. And every time I do watch it, it's just me and my wife quoted a lot, and I don't know. I can't get tired of that show. I mean, come on, dude, Breaking Bad. It's fucking Breaking Bad. Um, let's see who we have here in the chat. I wonder what if Hector never had a stroke, huh? I'm gonna ignore that one. No, fuck it. What if Hector never had a stroke? Well, let me tell you right now. If Hector never had a stroke, he would have probably died some other. I don't know, man, because I feel like all these factors got to go into play. If Hector never had a stroke, okay, maybe what? I don't know. I don't know. I'll come back to that one. How about that? I will come back to that one. I will come back, maybe. I'm gonna go get some milk really quick. All right. Well, that's that. Merge. Do you vape? If yes, what are you into? What the fuck? Um, the only vapes I've ever done was disposable THC vapes when I was in Vegas. Other than that, I do not fuck with the stuff, because I'm more of a pure marijuana smoker kind of guy. I don't really do that extra shit. And, these days with the fentanyl and you can't really trust people, and I usually meet my person at like a parking lot of a store, versus, and I'm not going to trust anyone with a cartridge. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't really need that in my life. Don't need that in my lungs. I work out pretty often, so I like just I'll probably just smoke a bowl or something like that and work out, or smoke a bowl and eat, smoke a bowl and edit. Whatever the case is, and that's my go-to. But I'm just a very simple person. But after the month of April, I'm gonna be more just I work out and I don't really do anything. I work out and I work and I lift weights and I write stories, but I don't do it, because I don't want to smoke cigarettes. I don't like that. I also feel like it ages you up. Same thing with drinking. I don't like the taste of beer. I don't really like liquor that much. Makes you dumber. And again, I like to work out, and I feel like the older you get, and not trying to be that guy, but the older you get, you can kind of feel that shit the very next day. And yeah, for a lot of reasons, I just don't like it, So I'm cool with just being me, and yeah, that's that's the humble answer that I have to say. Oh man, you're handsome ASF, bro. No, okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, I live in a small suburban village and it's hard to find marijuana, so I'm more of a vape kind of guy. I understand that. I really do. Well, I do, but I don't, because I'm gonna be honest. For example, if I was in a place and I couldn't get it, I'm just like, well, I guess that's it. Like that's really how I feel about it. Because will I miss it? Yes, but at the same time, I'm good, because yeah, I mean, because I don't want to be in a position where I have to buy some more, like, okay, I have to substitute what I like for something else that I like a little less. And I feel like at that point, it's kind of like you're just settling. And it's like, yeah, dude, you are addicted. Either you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Let's see. Your voice is so soothing, dog. When there wouldn't be anything better to make this video. Oh man, dude, you are a hug, mate. Hey, thank you, man. Making me feel all good and shit. Let's see. Fuck, you already did that suggestion. Yeah, Uncle Jack, you son of a bitch. Merge. Yep, 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 yep. What if Walter White got sent to my? See this bullshit. Mm. Um, Let me see what else. Man, but I think what I will start doing more of, and again, I gotta just figure out how to get my setup set up. Is I want to start, gaming, streaming, or or like a fucking old man, But I want to basically like live stream, be playing the games and stuff like that because I want to play like I don't know, like Black Myth Wukong, and of course I want to get that new Grand Theft Auto 6, and so I'll have other things to do besides drugs and stuff like that, and of course there is me just working on my craft and maybe reading books and stuff like that, and if people say I have a good voice and all this other stuff, then maybe I can get into some, again, audiobooks or making these, doing or do actually focusing in on the audio version of the what ifs and just sending it off. And yeah, that's basically it. Maybe that might, I don't know, maybe that might be what I do. Hmm. Like an audio only kind of what if, but I don't know, maybe. Okay, dude. I am Steve. I am Gerald. I am in the pilot. What? Okay, think about it. Walter's cooking and some blah blah blah. Nah, bro. I'm not. I'm making Uncle Jack. I don't care for Minecraft, dude. I'm gonna be honest. That's not me. I don't know if you heard my little spiel earlier in the stream, but I'm like, dude. I personally think it's a very. I think it looks stupid, in my opinion. Just in my opinion. Reason why is because I'm not a big fan of the blocky things, like, okay, if that's the case, then be a Lego, but oh, this is Minecraft, we need flint and steel and axes and swords and digging tunnels, and I'm like, I never understood it. I still don't get it. I know I sound like an old man saying some shit like this, but hey, that's just me. It was never my type. It was never my cup of tea for the beginning. I think it's dumb, not interested. And the fact that they got this fucking weird ass cast of Jack Black, Jason Momoa, Black Lady, and two kids. I'm like, what are we doing here? I don't. Fuck that is that. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. You still doing your Venom? What if I shouldn't I? I should do that. Yeah, I guess I guess I'll have more time to do it because now I could be in a position where I can kind of I'm gonna be in a position where I can crank the what ifs out. Where it's like, okay, cool, I can immediately start working on another one after another one without having to, oh man, I got to go to work at my job or my other job or my other job, So that's gonna be a very interesting part. So I'll be finishing and continuing and doing a whole lot more what ifs and covering a lot more stuff. So who knows? Damn, man, you're so chill. I think you're the type of guy to just sit in the garden for hours and have deep talks, very positive way. Yeah, I guess you can say that. Just a guy, man. I'm just me. What can you do? Can you do my last suggestion, DJ? Again with this shit. Let me see. Let me see what you got. Can you do my last suggestion? Okay, let's see. DJ, let me scroll back up here. What do you got? What do you got? What if Skylar White sent Walter White to Belize? I feel Skylar would have to go crazy if that happened, and Walter Jr. would just have to turn on them. Um. Okay. Well, that's something. I'm gonna say, please, for the love of Hank. That's funny. Oh man. Okay. Well, guys. Mm. Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm coming down. Like, I was really, really stoned when the stream first started. I think I'm coming down, and my mouth is getting dry, and I'm getting hungry, and I want to see what my wife is doing. So I think I'm gonna call this one. I think I'm gonna call this one a day, guys. It was a real nice. It was nice hanging out with you guys today. We had fun. We went over a few what ifs. That's a few ideas I want to keep in mind. The one I can't remember who said it. Was it you, DJ, with the fucking what if Tuco killed Hank in the shootout? Was it? Five, four, three, two. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, cool. It was you. All right. So you guys gave me some great ideas. You guys gave me a lot of stuff to think about, a lot of stuff to talk about. Good thing. Felt great unloading on you guys. Thank you, everybody. Uncle Jack, Red Dragon, Black Dragon, Unwanted Ghost, everybody. My boy Caleb, shout out to you. Now everybody's coming in. That's fucking wild. Well, guys, it's been real. I've been Merged, and until next time, guys. Maybe even Friday. Who knows? Friday? Friday? Maybe. Who knows? I'll see. Maybe.